1.
When he was a toddler, I'd do the childcare most days, and he was always a bit of a handful. I did try and instill a bit of discipline into him, but I'm not sure it really happened at home. My son would shout and tell him off, but then he'd burst into tears and his mother would comfort him. So, totally mixed messages. I knew it would come to no good, but you can't really interfere, can you? Not that he's all bad. He's helped me out sometimes since I've been unsteady on me feet. But really, if it's true, I hope they treat him severely. It's what he needs to get back on the straight and narrow.
2.
The frustrating thing is he's a bright lad, but I would say he has a stubborn streak and he's been prone to outbursts and answering back. I remember once I asked him to change desks to sit next to this girl and he just wouldn't. Just refused point blank. And then we got into this ridiculous confrontation with neither of us willing to back down. I had to call the head in the end. So yeah, I guess it doesn't entirely surprise me he's ended up in this kind of trouble. What should happen now? Well, he should obviously be punished, but after that I'd still give him another chance rather than exclude him permanently. I'm sure he'll learn.
3.
Oh yeah, hugely talented, and I would have thought he could go all the way and turn professional, so this has come as a big shock. Maybe there's more to it than appears to be the case. He certainly conducted himself well here. You know, I pushed him hard, but he's just taken that in his stride and done everything I've asked of him. He's had the odd dispute on the pitch, but I always took that to be part of the game, rather than something particular to him. He confided that his parents were going through a rough patch, and I was aware that he had a few issues at school, but I think training and matches were always an escape from that, and I made sure he was always focused. Hopefully, this is just a setback, rather than the end of his career prospects.
4.
I've been treating him since he came in here. He suffered some quite severe blows, but the operation went very well. It helped he was in remarkably good health for someone of his age, and although he's a little frail now, I'd expect him to make a complete recovery. We're going to monitor him for a few more days, but we'll probably discharge him next week. From what I understand, he's still a bit confused about what happened, but he seems to think the young man who was arrested had actually come to his aid.
5.
He's in my class and we kind of went out for a while. He can turn on the charm and that, but he was just too unreliable. When it came down to it, the only thing he was committed to was his football. We'd arrange something, but then he'd be like, oh, the coach wants to put us through our paces, or coach says we're getting complacent, got to stay on. Early night, coach says I've got to conserve my energy for the game. I said, you might as well go out with coach because you've let me down too often. I probably would have stayed with him if he'd apologised, but he's too proud, isn't he? Just walked away. It was cold. It's been awkward in class. I actually saw him the night it happened at this friend's party. I don't know what was up with him. He was acting strangely, staring at the people I was with, and there was like a bit of a scene, but I still doubt he'd do something like that.